Welcome back to the channel. You see the information on the screen, so you know what I'm about. So let's get into it. So you can already see, kind of like I say, a little bit of what we're going to be talking about. And I'm just going to read a few of the comments, of this going on. So the first one, I'm just going to try to read the women's comments. So the first one says, absolutely. The next one says, I mean, we like men to be men. Somebody else says they needed a study for this, i.e. saying, of course. Then, you have people going on saying, hey, it's always a standard. All these types of things on and on and on. Another person says it makes it 110% more attractive. Somebody says it's true and always has been the case. Put some podcast mics down, pick up some tools, go throw some meat on the grill, work in the yard or something, men's stuff. All right. So that was just a few of the comments. Now let's get into this because I've talked about this multiple times. See, women are attracted to the primal of men, the primal. And when we're dealing with men, I'm always telling men, you don't want men in your house if you can handle it. So there are times when, dude, you can't handle it. Don't, try to be an electrician in your house and either electrocute yourself or catch your house on fire. Same thing with the plumbing. You need to hire a plumber if you don't know what the heck you're doing. However, if you can cut the yard, if you can trim the hedges, why hire someone else to do it? And see, we live in this society where people feel, and this is a feeling, this feeling of I don't want to do it, or I'm looking down upon that job, or I've arrived so I don't have to do that job anymore, okay, or whatever it is. Maybe sometimes it's like they literally don't have time, because that is a true, statement for some people. But it's like they take themselves out of the very thing that is extremely attractive to the opposite sex, right? And see, this goes the same for women. It goes the same for women. And see, that is really where, all of this is. Because one of the problems when we make these types of statements for women, and women are saying, absolutely, oh yeah, 100%. I've said it before. Men are attracted to women who do domestic duties. When you cook for him, when you clean the house, when you're taking care of babies. A lot of men find that extremely attractive. Extremely. And see, this is again where we have a lot of the problems in our society. Like there was a lady, and I know many of you might have seen that particular video because it kind of went viral, where there was this lady that was complaining, and she was saying that she did not want to cook. She did not want to clean her house. She did not want to take care of the baby. She was like, that is what the maid and the nanny are for. And there was a guy there, that was on the podcast, and he said, if that is so, I will marry the maid or the nanny. Basically, what do I need you for? And see, that is part of the problem. See, men don't want necessarily to be out there cutting that yard. But women don't necessarily always want to be in the kitchen cooking. But yet the other side finds it very attractive. And you see the dilemma. Notice how, again, our world is shifting us to believe and look down upon the very thing that the other side finds attractive. And see, this is a two-way street because first of all, there is pain associated with it. Like a lot of women truly believe is like, oh, you're putting me back in the kitchen. Oh, you're putting me back in the house. Oh, you're taking away all the strides that women have made. And see, that's the pain. Okay, that's the pain. But when you're on the other side of it, you have to understand there is an attraction there that exists within men. Okay, and it has existed since day one. And just like in this particular situation, if you as a woman can sit back and say, yeah, the gardener, if he's got his body together or whatever, the pool guy or whatever, that's kind of sexy. You have to understand that men are the exact same way. And this is why I always encourage people, if you can, do the work yourself. It's one thing, okay, to get a little advice, especially like for a man, to get landscaping advice, get that yard started, because that might not necessarily be your forte. You can definitely maintain it. That's not really that big of an issue. And see, that again is where the problem is, because some men will come in and they're like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't this, that's that, blah, blah. But then women are attracted to it. And we've had situations, again, I think Seal, the singer, that's what happened with his wife, is that she cheated with the help. Because at the end of the day, that is what people are attracted to. And see, this is, again, where we have this problem within the sexes, because all of us don't want to do the very things we need to do in order to make our person happy. And we come up with every excuse in the world instead of just sitting down and saying, you know what? This really isn't that bad of a deal. Okay? Because there's a good portion of women out there. These women know exactly what they want out of life. They know their goals, and they're working towards achieving them. But a good portion of women, and I would honestly probably believe most women, that is not their goal. Okay? Their goal isn't there. They're trying to figure out what the goal is. And they feel the pressure from these other women to try to figure out what the goal is. Okay? But if you have no goal, make family your goal. And then on the opposite side, it's the same thing with men. There are a lot of men, okay, they have this vision. They're going down the train tracks, and they have all this ambition and these companies they want to build or want to work for, or somebody in their company or whatever it is. Okay, but then there's other people, they don't really kind of know. They're just kind of back and forth, right? And so the back and forth men, all you got to do is get a really great job, the best job you can do. Give that job what it needs for them to give you a good review and give you, your raises every year. But then pour your heart and soul, okay, into your family. And cutting the yard and working on the bushes and different things like that, plus being romantic to your wife, is a part of that. But even the ambitious people on both sides need to take a step back every once in a while and say, dang, what does my person want/need? And see, again, this is where the problem comes in. So there's no need to make this video long. I've kind of already said what I need to say about it. Remember, every other Thursday, we do Thursday Talks, so come out and check out Thursday Talks. Until then, please like, please subscribe, and I'm going to see you all in the very next video.